right out of the gate. First off, I was looking around on YouTube earlier today, and I noticed that Cards in Hand got 100 subscribers.
What?
Actually, 101.
You know.
101.
You know what to do.
So that
You know what to do.
means that we have to do a giveaway, and we'll discuss this after the show. But I want to show off the prize pool here because I've actually been collecting things to give away. Pretty cool stuff. Let's see. What do we got in this big old box of crap? You like Deus Ex? If you like Deus Ex, you can grab a Deus Ex figure. Okay.
There you go.
An exclusive one. You like
Which we'll talk about later.
You like Dota 2? Here's a playmat or a mouse pad for Dota 2. With all the characters on it, unopened. So you like BioShock? If you like BioShock, you can have this patch. Right. If you like
Look at all the goodies.
dude, if you like the new game Lawbreakers,
goodies.
if you like Overwatch and you've played Lawbreakers, you might want this sick hat. I know you want it. But I
That's
said
dope.
But I said
want it.
no. Or
It's for
if
the
you're an old
fans,
school,
man.
if you're an old school Overwatch player, you probably love Team Fortress 2. Blue team. What's up? So it's just some of the things that we have to try to think about giving away now that we got the hundo. You know what I mean?
Now that we got the like you said, like we got a guap of money. He's like, now that we got the guap. Now that we got the yayo.
Whenever
figure
I
this
hear
out.
someone say guap, I think they're talking about guacamole. It's really weird.
Let me get a guap of guac on my burrito, okay?
Right. Now that's out of the way.
So,
Damn.
what have you been playing this week, man? What have you been playing? What have you been doing? What have you been reading? What have you been watching?
Oh, I have actually been
We were absent last week because
We were.
Joel had to poop. Just so you know,
I
Joel had to go to the bathroom,
I had to bust my ass to get that video out on time.
and then Joel got sick, and then his car went to poop, and then
So, okay, fine. We'll talk about the fucking car first. I have an Acura, and the number one thing to go wrong in an Acura is the transmission, which is expensive. Of course, it happened weeks ago. So we finally bring it in to get it fixed. They're like, "Yeah, it's your transmission, man." $3,800 later, I get the car back. 2 days later, same problem. Will not shift into third. Has problems shifting into fourth. I had to manually shift it. So we're like, what in the F? So now it's back in the shop again with the same exact problem. And the guy's like, yeah, no, I don't know. It's like, no, you fucking figure it out. Because
right.
you were paid for this. So, yeah. So that on top of having to watch two different people's cats over the weekend and make the Sombra Chronicles Part 2, the 17-minute video, took a long time. It was a lot of work. $300, yeah.
Might as well buy a giraffe.
No,
Yeah.
I might as well have bought a new car because
Yeah, right.
that is well more than the Blue Book value of my car itself, which
For sure.
I don't understand all the way, but whatever. Don't know?
So you've been playing Overwatch. You've been playing WoW. Let's talk
I-
about WoW for a little bit. Yeah.
I played like 4
Or do
games
you
of
think-
Overwatch. Not gonna lie. I haven't played any Overwatch. I've just played nothing but Legion all fucking day long, every day since launch.
Aquanib says I could buy so many booster boxes. That's the guy whose life I ruined with Weiss Schwars, by the way. We'll get into that later. Joel probably, I don't know if he made any opening videos of those, but that's the new Accel World set.
I tried. It didn't work. It never
Well,
works
you
when I
could-
try to do it.
We could do a deck garage video because we're gonna start making deck garage videos
No,
soon.
for sure.
Yeah. But yeah. So do you want to get into WoW a little bit, or do you want to make a video about it? First impressions.
There is another game that I've been kind of playing. My girlfriend bought Hatsune Miku X on PS4. So I've been playing
Hell
that.
yeah.
Dude, Miku is by far one of like the absolute greatest games. Oh damn it, Aquanips. I'm sorry that Nightbot is still on. It's developed a mind of its own in chat, and I cannot get rid of it.
Yeah. It's don't worry about it.
I wonder if I can. Okay, I just banned Nightbot. Perfect. Okay.
nice. Okay.
Yeah, like Miku.
R.I.P.
Miku's great. It's like just like the first one, except like the progression system's really dumb. I don't really. It's like random. So you play the same songs over and over and over again, and you hit the specific section in a song, and it unlocks a new costume, or an old costume, or one you already have. So it's like random, and you can get the same. You can get duplicates, and so it's kind of shitty. That's kind of lame. And then they have these like challenges, right? Where it's like, oh, do this specific challenge, and you'll unlock this costume, like the Sadistic Music Factory is in there, right? Like that whole costume, and part of that song's even in there too. The final song in this game is the final song, and then it goes right into Sadistic Music Factory, which is super fucking cool. But so
that's like on some DDR shit.
No,
like...
totally. So my girlfriend's playing on normal. She's now playing on hard, but on normal, one of the challenges was beat this song on extreme, and I'm like, wait, what? Why is that even in there? Why would that be in there for a normal player? That doesn't make any sense to me. So that's my only beef with the Miku game. Other than that, it's obviously amazing. All the music is fantastic, and it's a Miku game. What are you gonna do?
Right.
But Overwatch Season 2 started competitive mode early, actually, and I guarantee it started early because of Legion launch. Because you don't want to do anything on the day that Legion launches. You just, even if you're not Blizzard, you don't want to release anything on the day of launch.
Overwatch.
It's like some weird shit's happening with like the ladder. Everyone's kind of... It's really loud now. That sound, by the way, just came back, so it's not the speakers.
No,
anyway,
all right.
It's whatever. Yeah, like everyone's placing kind of average. It's kind of weird. Like people are getting kind of pissy about the ladder. I've been having fun. Oof. It's so loud on my end. But no, I know you've been in there playing.
My computer's fan.
No, because like your volume literally goes up like 100 times when that happens. I don't really understand. I don't know what's going on, but we'll figure it out some other time.
Smoky. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Right now, how many competitive matches have I played? I think I'm 4-2.
Okay.
Right now.
Mm-hmm.
So way better than last season. I was 2-8 last season.
Yeah.
Out of my placement matches.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. I'm doing pretty good. I've been playing a lot, trying to branch out to other characters. So I started playing Pharah. I started playing Mei because Mei is Bae. And I'm gonna try and learn Hanzo.
Dude,
Hanzo Shimada.
He's all you gotta do.
Hattori Hanzo.
Just learn Diva. It's all you have to do. Every game that I've gone in there with Diva, we've absolutely destroyed because no one else is gonna do it. Diva's one of the most frustrating characters to fight against nowadays with her with all the changes that she's had on her. Oh my god, she's so incredibly hard to deal with. If you my favorite thing to do is when I hear it's high noon, if I can find where the McCree is, I will jetpack towards him with my shield up and knock his ass out of the way so he can't high noon. And then now when you cancel it, it goes back down to fucking 0, so he can't even just dip out and recharge it real quick. No, shut him down. It is so much fun to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Maybe I'll learn Diva then.
So easy.
Other than that, I've been playing hella Kingdom Hearts. Unchained X. Actually, I mean, babe, can you see my iPad for a second? Let me see it real quick. I just ruined her life.
It happens.
I totally just ruined her life.
How long have you guys been together? It's been a long time, right?
Oh, me and the panda. It'll be 9 years this coming February.
So you didn't just ruin her life. It was about 9 years ago this February.
Oh, fuck you. Shut up,
You walked right into that one. You walked right into that one.
Yep, I just always set myself up because I'm gullible as shit.
It's true. It's very true.
Oh, my God. So other than Joel being a bitch, so other than playing hella Overwatch, I play Kingdom Hearts Unchained X, and I'm hella into this game. And normally every Thursday an update comes out, and normally it's every other week a story update comes out. But today would have been the week where an extra more missions would have came out, but they didn't.
Sure.
Instead, we got like a letter from the development team like a couple days ago on the 6th, so like Tuesday. But like every time you start the game, it brings you to like these notices right here,
Yeah.
and you can exit out right away. But
Sure.
that's where it tells you about events and stuff. Anyways, it says new characters will be introduced as we dive further into the story, and it shows a couple screenshots of some of the foretellers and some other stuff. There will be even a brand new world to explore. Right now, we just went into Beast Castle and got a new Keyblade, which is the Rumble Rose, or not the Rumble Rose, the Divine Rose.
Sure.
A brand new feature, play with others at the same time in multiplayer mode.
Ooh,
We are currently developing quests that will allow you to adventure with multiple party members. Party members will also be able to stand side by side and coordinate with each other to clear these quests. Below is a screenshot of this development content, so have a look. I'm sure you could Google these, but it's just like a normal screen, but with other apprentices on, other Keyblade wielders with you. The thing that I got most excited about is Proud Mode. So for those seeking a challenge, Proud Mode will be coming soon. Quests in Proud Mode will feature special conditions that will make clearing them a real challenge even for veteran players. However, those who are able to overcome these difficulties will earn a brand new Keyblade, and it looks like the Lionheart, which is like that silver one with the fleur de lis at the top of the lion.
Sure.
So that's, I mean, bro, like that's, they keep making this game better. And you don't have to spend real money on it, even though there are people that do. It's just really fun. To me, it's just another Kingdom Hearts game. I thought it would be a straight-up mobile poopy game. But, I mean, honestly, like, it's super fun, and I think it will kind of add to the conversation later about DLC and spending money on certain things.
Sure.
Also, I got this cool Mowgli and Pals medal that was for a special event.
Nice.
So we got my boy Baloo and King Louie and Mowgli on there. Really good medal. I probably wouldn't have been able to get past certain bosses without it, but it was really easy to get. But I'm really excited. I'm not going to see that stuff till 2017, so I'm not sure.
It's already been spoiled in chat.
Yeah, Japan has it already. Well, I know Japan does. I mean, they get everything before we do, for God's sakes. But I've caught up to all the story missions. I've been on. I'm probably the only person out of all the people I know who play it who are just like fully caught up.
Sure. You want to know what the big twist is? Here's the big twist at the end. That is Kingdom Hearts 3. That's it. Done.
It turns out that Kairi is Xehanort, and all the games you played didn't mean anything or something.
No, it's going to be like the end of Men in Black, where it just pulls back, and it's just you're playing Kingdom Hearts 3. That's just it.
Right. And it's cool because this is a mobile game, and they're trying to implement, like what One said in the chat, they're trying to implement true multiplayer, because Naruto and Bleach already did. And it's like, it makes sense, right? Because you're sitting there doing all these story missions by yourself.
Right.
Or event missions by yourself, and the only multiplayer aspect to the game right now is fighting raid bosses together. And even so, it still just looks like you're doing it by yourself.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Even though the health is getting lower every time you die and go back in it. But it's, oh man, super fun. But we'll talk about that later when we talk about DLC, because that has a big I had to talk about it because I did spend money on the game. Yeah,
dude.
even though I didn't have to, I did spend money on it. So we'll talk
Dude,
about
you know
that
what?
later.
I'll give you a little tip here. I have been spending money on Pokemon Go, but I haven't spent any actual money. So there's an app called like Google Surveys you can download.
Oh, sweet.
And you don't get them all the time. You get them like maybe a couple times a week. But they'll give you between like 15 cents and like I got like 90 cents for a survey. You just do them whenever they pop up and just bank that. And then when it comes time to making a purchase, you got like $2-3 in your account, which is usually like about how much something actually is in a mobile game. It's actually been really nice. Google Surveys, put it on your phone, just it'll notify you when there's a survey. Always answer yes to shit. Like it'll be like, have you shopped at any of these locations in the last week? Just say yes to all of them, then you'll actually get the survey.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's perfect. They take like a couple minutes. It's great.
So you do these surveys and then you get money?
Yeah, so it'll just sit in like your Google Play wallet or whatever. It's just like a credit in your wallet.
But that's iOS. That's my iPad.
Well, I guess that sucks for you.
Yeah.
Enjoy your new iPhone 7 with no headphone jack anymore.
I know.
Oh, but
I
guys,
couldn't play that on my phone. I really wanted to play it.
but guys, don't worry. They're giving you a cable to plug into the lightning charger to plug your headphones in.
That you can buy
But
separately.
guys, don't worry, because that's a proprietary cable that Apple's making, so that when it fucking breaks, you just have to spend the $80 to buy another one from Apple. My old roommate Josh actually threw down some awesome like opinion facts today. He's like, first off, doing that is going to allow them to put much more strict DRM in there, right?
I read
So,
that.
yeah, you read that, to like force you to actually listen to things just through iTunes. And then that stupid cable bullshit where it's like, if it breaks, well, man, Apple cables ain't cheap. Pope Darkness says, how much money do you get? I averages between like 15 cents to like probably on average like 60 cents per survey. So like I said, you just do it for like a couple weeks and all of a sudden you can just buy something, you know. I mean, you're not going to get hundreds of dollars off of it. You're going to get dollars off of it, but and it's great. It's great for when you want to buy something on like Google Play, like any kind of in-game currency, stuff like that.
So, continuing on with some news, other than that was the KHUX update.
Sure.
Kingdom Hearts 3 gets pulled from Xbox One. Moving on, nobody cares. Anyways.
It's true. Well, you know what? Actually, okay, you know what?
You limit your audience. I mean, they're limiting their audience by doing it, but whatever. You know, I don't know.
I'm starting to now not think PlayStation was the right choice anymore. Because of this new PlayStation Pro bullshit.
Okay, yeah, let's move on to the next part of news. PS4 Pro is kind of garbage, is what you have in the notes here.
That's what I do have in the notes. Because it's still not 4K. Still,
what do you mean 4K?
Not. It's not. You can't game in 4K resolution yet. It's like 90% of 4K. It's really close, but it's not yet 4K. So like the Xbox One has already a 4K Blu-ray player, right? We have a 4K TV. We don't have a 4K Blu-ray player on our fucking PlayStation 4 because they didn't put one in there for whatever stupid ass reason. So now I'm wishing I had an Xbox so I can watch 4K movies. It's just like, look, the fact that they're releasing another PlayStation so soon after the last one is bad enough, but to not even have it have features worth buying a new one for, to me is very, very frustrating. Super frustrating. And it's only $300, but it's $300. I already own a PlayStation 4. Why the hell would I buy this then? What's the point? Why would I buy this? To have some better upscaled resolution stuff? Sure. But it just doesn't seem worth it to me. For me. Right? Maybe for you, right? Because you don't have one, and you want one.
Well, maybe that's the big thing, you know. Maybe
it's $400.
They didn't want to.
I thought it was $299.
No, it's $299 is from what I read.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's kind of what I thought. Because I know it's a reduced price. They would be out of their damn minds to make it full price. Final Fantasy 15. I'm already getting that on my PS4 though. Like, you know, it's like,
right.
Do I wish I had the expendable income to buy a new one because things might look a little bit better? Hell yeah, I wish I could. But I shouldn't need to wish that. Like that just shouldn't have been a thing. Just wait another 5 years and put out something actually capable of 4K gaming like my PC can do and has been able to do for years. You know what I mean? Like, give us some current tech. Then maybe it'll actually be worth it. Oh, wait, PS4 Slim is $300? I thought they were both $300. I don't know. Either if it's $400, that's even worse then. Like, I just think that's even worse of an idea.
I mean, maybe they just didn't want to add the Blu-ray or the 4K because maybe they were just like, we don't want to do what Nintendo does. I don't know. I guess it doesn't bug me as much.
I don't know.
But so wait, I thought the PS4 could play Blu-rays.
It plays Blu-rays, but not 4K Blu-rays. All right, it doesn't play 4K resolution. Yeah. You're absolutely right. It is $400. It's even worse then.
Does that matter?
It matters when you have a 4K TV. It's like, remember when you went from DVD to Blu-ray? Right?
Yeah.
This is like going from DVD to Blu-ray again, right? It's a very noticeable difference in quality. Extremely noticeable. We have like the Ultra HD 4K. It would just be nice to have games look and run well on the PlayStation 4 on our new big TV. You know what I mean? Because that's another thing too. Like, all frame rates are locked at like 30 still. It's like games on the current gen of consoles are like shit, like 6 years behind on PC. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. It feels weird. And now with like Xbox or with Microsoft having all of their damn games be on PC as well, I'm finding less and less reasons to actually game on console, other than Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3, Persona 5, basically for RPGs.
Just Gaia 5.
Well, yeah, I know. I want that too. You know, Attack on Titan,
right,
but that's also on PC, so I'm just gonna get it on there.
Attack on Titties.
These consoles kind of piss me off. You know, time was a generation would come out, and they were awesome, and then everything looked great, everything ran fine, and games progressively looked better towards the end of the generation because people learned how to program on them better. They learned their limitations. They learned how to push a little bit more out of it. And then the new one would come out and it would be leagues better. Now it's like a new console comes out and yeah, things look a little better, but they're still locking frame rates down. And then we just get like really shit ports on PC then. It feels weird. I don't like it. It feels gross.
Right.
And this whole like PlayStation 4.5 basically feels icky to me. So does the Xbox. What is it? Xbox Scorpio, whatever the hell it's called. 1S, whatever. It all feels icky. Years ago,
7S Plus 5.
Whatever. Years ago, they mentioned that they would like to put out consoles with modules to them, right? So your hard drive was a module. You could just pull it right out of the side, stick in a new one, right? The graphics card was a module. The processor was a module. All that shit, you could just take it apart and put in new modules, right? Why the hell haven't they done this?
Right.
Because, yeah, you know what?
Like the Sega CD. Plug it right in.
Well, the 32X CD, remember that thing? Jesus Christ. Yeah, you mean like a computer.
I do. Game.
Pope, I do mean like a computer, because you know what? Computers are the far superior way to game. I have my PlayStation 4 controller right next to me, and I can run games at 60 frames per second at any resolution I want, and it's beautiful. I just don't have as big of a screen as my TV, and it's not as comfy sitting in this chair as it is like on a couch or on a bed. It's the only thing that consoles have is the bed and the ease of use, right? You go to the store, you buy a console, you bring it home, you can play any game that comes out. You don't have to worry about drivers, settings, none of that bullshit. But I digress.
All right.
I'm
Calm down.
With this one.
It's gonna be okay. Look, the viewers know that we've been PC gamers for a long time now. You know, me.
That's not my roots.
If I go back to, I know. Just.
It's okay. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I just
don't care. I just don't care anymore.
We're live, right? We're just live right now. I just.
This is why I drink.
Do you need to take a break? Just intermission. That's a second energy drink.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just gonna.
Nah, and I feel you.
Yeah.
Because I miss playing consoles. I miss being able to put in that CD or that cartridge in. And I feel you, and maybe that's just a generation thing. You know, you grew up in a different time, and I grew up in a different time. I grew up in a time where PlayStation just came out.
Yeah.
And 64 came out when I was like, 8 or 9 or 10, I think. I'm probably actually I was probably 10. I don't remember, but I grew up in a time back in the day when the GameCube was still called the Dolphin before it came out, like
the Dolphin,
or the Nintendo.
That's right.
They were gonna call
the
it
Revolution.
The Dolphin, yeah.
Remember the Revolution?
The Revolution. They were gonna call it the Revolution or the Dolphin or the Nintendo 2000 or something weird like that. But,
what was the Wii? I thought the Wii was the Revolution. I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
But and it sucks because I want a PS4. The biggest thing I want right now, console wise, is a 3DS. Because there's probably like 10 games I'd buy for that and play them all.
No, that's true. Actually, that's a good point.
And I'm trying to get a 3DS XL right now. But
I'm getting one for Christmas.
Bam.
Well, actually, hold on. Let me interject. I'm being forced to get one for Christmas because I'm being forced to play Pokemon Moon so I can help my girlfriend breed her damn Pokemon. I don't really have a choice in the matter, actually. So no, seriously.
Me and Trisha, we want to get 3DSs at the same time and get Pokemon at the same time. Kind of like how we got Black and White at the same time.
Right, I was gonna say that because I remember you guys getting that at the same time and playing it.
Yeah, and then she would stay up till 4 and I'd be asleep, and she had beaten the league already, and I woke up the next morning and she was still playing, and I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, I didn't go to bed. Okay. But I was tripping. But anyways, PS4, I can only name. You probably just named all the games right now that I wanted. Is Final Fantasy 15,
Seriously.
Disgaea 5, Kingdom Hearts 3,
Persona.
and maybe since I have it, I'll get Street Fighter 5.
Dude, no, get fucking Witcher 3. Oh my god,
I don't like those games, man. I'm not big on.
I don't either. But holy crap, that was good.
Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever that is.
Yep.
I want to play that too.
Yep.
That game looks dope.
Looks good too.
That looks
and you know
dope,
what?
Fresh Nation.
It looks great on the new PlayStation Pro. They made sure to show that video off today.
Oh, for sure. For sure. So while Joel comes down, let's go on to the next piece of news. Legion pre-launch at 3.3 million units sold.
Fuck yeah.
Higher numbers post-launch. That's crazy, man.
That's
Blizzard getting it.
That's still Warlords of Draenor. That was leading up to. That was like when you could play as like a demon hunter, when the invasion started happening. So we're talking legit pre-launch sales. Blizzard's been really quiet. They stopped giving out sub numbers on their quarterly calls because people just took the numbers and just were little douchebags about it. So they're like, fine, we're just not gonna tell you numbers anymore. You'll just play the game and not have to worry about numbers. But they did say that the numbers were higher than release of Cataclysm, which, if I remember correctly, was the fastest selling video game of all time on launch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm not sure.
That's crazy, man.
Something else beat it, but I don't think so. And I've been in there, and it's populated everywhere. Obviously, it's the start of an expansion. A lot of people come back for that. But I will say, there's a lot to do. A lot to do in this game. They really, really pulled out the stops in this one. They gave what seems like every single person who wanted something specific now has it in this particular game. Like, they brought back characters that people wanted. They brought back locations people wanted. You go back to Karazhan like a few times. In fact, the next patch is Karazhan as a 5-man revisited. Holy shit. They are really listening. Like, Illidan's back, kind of. Not yet, but kind of. Everything people have been asking for like 10 years is now part of WoW, which is insane. And major lore characters are dying. And it kind of feels like maybe it's the last expansion, but they say it's not, but it kind of feels like it's kind of maybe is, because honestly, I'm not going to give away any spoilers for anybody who cares, but I don't know where they're going to be able to go after this story. I don't know. I can't see any possible directions to go after this one. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, One Tough Nerd said it's first time in a while that I've heard overwhelming majority positive feedback in WoW expansion. Yeah, no, that's true. I don't hear anyone bitching, which is interesting and weird. Usually people bitch immediately.
Right. And nothing on the Sombra ARG. Just go to youtube.com/cards and check out Joel's videos on the Sombra stuff, the Sombra stuff. Som's new main, pretty much. Okay, it's Hispanic and is dark and edgy and emo. I'm in.
We don't know that. We don't know any of that. Did you watch the videos?
Who cares? Anyways, so like.
Okay. Wait, there was something else like. Oh, fuck, that's right. I didn't put this in the notes because I forgot. Guess what's coming to America in October? The Godzilla movie.
Like the Japanese one?
Yes. I think it's the 11th through the 18th. We're going, by the way. You know that, right?
Oh, my God.
It's doing so well in Japan that they're bringing it here for a week in October. I think it's the 11th through the 18th. Special engagement. Go see it. I totally forgot to tell you this. totally forgot to tell you that.
Okay, so wait, tell me the date again, so
It's
I can
the
ask for it.
11th through the 18th. It's playing. I would
Of
check
this
local
month?
theater. October.
October, okay.
October. I would definitely check around to see where it's actually playing. I'm sure it'll be playing here somewhere, like Mall of America, maybe.
I know. Like Maple Grove is one of them. There's a theater in Maple Grove that does special stuff like that. They did Kingsglaive a couple weeks ago, which
That's
I didn't.
right.
I was gonna go see with Mario, but then I didn't.
Yep.
Which I heard was a pretty cool movie, by the way.
For sure.
Then also there's a downtown theater where I went to see Evangelion 2.0. You Cannot Advance. But like I'm sure Mall of America would do that too, and we don't live far from the MOA. So, but yeah, that's dope. We're gonna go see that. Oh yes, you did share that. No, he probably did share that.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up. True Gosu. It's my boy Sam. What up, dude? He's a fan of Anime Summit. Love you, buddy. Got you. You know, like in Aquanips, I'm gonna do a shout out to Aquanips right here because I taught him how to play Weiss Schwars last weekend, and I ruined his life. He spent a lot of money on Weiss Schwars cards in the past like couple of weeks.
Smells good.
So Joel got Accel World Booster Infinite Burst is what it's called, right?
Yes, sir.
He got 2 signs and they were both the same. Get wrecked.
So when you buy boxes from AmiAmi, if you don't buy a case, it's kind of a crapshoot what you're gonna get, right? Because if you're not buying a case, they're just taking boxes out of open cases and giving them to you. So what that means is that you have the potential to get the exact same fucking sign twice. It's like shit. And you know, it's not the worst one I could have gotten. It's not the best one I could have gotten. The best one is really expensive. To get 2 of those would have been amazing. These, I mean, it's a good card. It's a level 3. I play it, so cool. It would have been nice to make some money back on this purchase because it was quite large. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was good. I pulled the sign, and then I had to save 2 boxes because my girlfriend really wanted to open some. And so she got home, and she was on like the last couple packs. Actually, it was the last pack. Yeah, it was his last pack, and I was like, that sucks, you know. Like, you haven't pulled a sign yet. You'll pull your first sign soon. Rips the last pack, and she's like this, and I'm like, oh shit. Nice, good job.
Right.
But this set's weird, dude. So, like, I had 1 box, and this is why I wish it was actually recorded. But in 1 box, I pulled... Oh, by the way, they changed what the points look like. This is the new points. Right?
Okay.
So I got a point, I got a triple rare, and a sign in the same box. Go figure that one out for me. How's that work? Yeah. And then, like, the ratios are weird, because, like, usually in a box of Weiss Schwars, you get 1 of each color double rare. There's 2 double rares per color, for the most part, and you get 1 of each color. In this one, sometimes I would get 2 yellows, a blue, and, like, no red or something like that. And like, it was just really funky, and it made the ratios really kind of shit. So out of 10 boxes, I don't have a playset, which is kind of frustrating. So like I said, last time I ever just don't like not buy a full case. I'm just there's just no reason not to after this, you know, other than just buying singles. Right. So yeah, all right. But no, it was nice. It was fun.
New sets that I'm excited for. Fucking Kisniver. It's anime I watched a couple seasons ago.
Dude, that shit's so broken already.
I know, it looks so fun to play. And they actually just announced ReZero, which I heard is a really popular anime, and I probably have to start watching it because we might talk about it on my podcast. But whenever I hear Weiss, I think of RWBY. Bro, Weiss is fun, and if you're ever in Minnesota, me and Aquanips and Joel will teach you how to rec shop.
Or True Gosu. If you have a webcam, go get a trial deck. We will play some video Weiss, dude.
Some Skype Schwartz.
Oh yeah, and the Star Wars set. Fuck the Star Wars set. I don't want
Oh,
that
and
to
the
come
Star
out.
Wars
I don't
set,
want
yeah,
that to
dude.
come out. I don't like
dude,
it.
no, fuck you. I'm getting 10 cases, and I'm gonna
10.
pull Daisy
10. He's
Ridley,
getting
level
10.
3 Daisy Ridley,
Yeah, because it's
level 3 Daisy
confirmed.
Ridley.
It's confirmed episodes 4 through 7, right?
Yes.
That's so stupid then, because it's gonna be like movie screens, and that doesn't make any sense.
I don't care. God, I think that's so cool.
Unless they take screenshots and then draw them, like that would be really cool.
I don't know.
If they're legit screen caps, it's gonna look so dumb. So dumb.
Nah, I don't. I think
It
it'll
looks
be.
so
Well, that's
dumb.
what they did for. Okay, but like that's what they did for like some of the older card games too. Like
Yeah,
the
and it
older
looks
Star
dumb.
Wars.
And it always looks dumb. You know why Weiss doesn't look dumb?
Nah.
Because it looks cool, right? This I want to point out.
Because it looks.
I want
It
to
doesn't
point
look
this
dumb
out.
because it looks cool.
This card and this card are the same. This card has the wrong art on it. It's supposed to be this art. So
Oh, really?
yeah, they're
Weird.
actually setting up like where you send it in, and you can get it. And which I'm not, obviously, because like why would you?
Right,
Why
'cause
would you send a
misprint.
mistake back? You know.
Misprints are collectibles.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I still have a. I have a Vanguard card where they didn't print how much damage the card did. Then it has like the little damage symbol and it has nothing next to it. It's funny. The manga is 4 through 7, Joel. They could easily pull apart from the manga.
By the way, I want to point out I got my
That's
my
true.
replacement keyboard, so now I have the clicky keys again, and I'm very very happy because it's so damn satisfying.
GG,
to type.
GG. But yeah, Weiss Schwarz is exciting. So
It
let's
is.
get into some real shit here, though. Okay.
I don't
Let's
want
talk
to
about.
because last episode I got super angry about stuff, and I went on a rant, and I just don't want to get mad again.
But that's what we're here for. We're here to create the dialogue.
Oh.
We're here to create the dialogue. Oh, True Ghost, who said only card game I ever played was Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! So the big three. Aquanips, he wants to play Weiss. He's probably gonna ask me to play this weekend. Actually, Joel's coming over this weekend to play, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe we can meet you at Legacy for a little bit and play with you if you want, or
Let's do
whatever.
it.
We'll see. Yeah, True Ghost, I'll play you in some Yu-Gi-Oh! I got 6 Sams. Anyways, let's talk about it because we need to create a dialogue. And I know that we don't have a big following on YouTube yet. We just got to the first milestone of 100 subs. And I think that's great. But I think as long as we keep making these
I think you guys can
discussions
do
for real,
better. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
you know, we need to talk about DLC and what kind of DLC is okay and what kind is not, and what it's doing to the game industry right now. Because I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I haven't spent money on, like, you know, KHUX or Street Fighter or whatever, because I have. But it really, you got to think about it, what you're spending your money on. And I think the way Joel brought it to my attention was the Deus Ex, the new Deus Ex game came out, and they had this thing where the one of the special editions came with DLC or something, but the DLC, half of the DLC was like consumable stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So once you used it or transferred it to your inventory, it was gone.
Right.
You can only use it that time.
Yeah, and it's it's skill points, right? So stuff that you get by leveling up in game, skill points. You can buy skill points, which and this is where like it starts, right? This is where I watched Angry Joe's review on this today, and he pointed this out. And it was basically a cautionary thing. He was like, "Hey, you guys watch out now. Watch Square Enix." Because this is where it starts. This is where it all starts, right? Single use skill points to help progress yourself in a single player game. A AAA single player game that you spend $60 on as a... Look, additional skill points used to be fucking cheat codes for free. You know what I mean? Like, they were things that you could input a code in and just unlock stuff. Now they're like, oh, people will pay for this kind of stuff because of mobile games.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. And it's like you said, they're one-time uses. So, like, the way that the wording states is like, it makes it sound like every time you start a new game. you'll have those boosts, but it's not. It's a one-time use. So people are saying start a new game, create a second save, and then just load from that point every time you want to play a new game, because that way you'll have all your boosts still. So how do you feel about... Because I know we've talked about Capcom before, right? With fighters. But now, do you see this as different? Because I see this as different. But what do you think about that?
The Deus Ex thing?
Yeah.
I think it's very different.
Okay. Do you think it's acceptable, or do you not like it?
I think it's unacceptable.
Okay.
I don't think you should... I don't think that kind of thing should be DLC or pre-order DLC or whatever. I think that's really stupid. You're kind of making it pay to win at that point, or pay to get through the game. You know what I mean? Like, look.
But then that's the thing is, it's a single player game. You know? Right? If I want to pay an extra $10 to get superpowers, why isn't that okay?
It's not okay because that kind of stuff in a single player game, you should be able to get in the game without paying for it.
Sure.
Because then it's like, oh, you bought the strategy guide. Oh, you're a square. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And that is a radical example, but still, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I had this and this and this, and it's like I'll just look at you and be like, oh, really? Because I just beat the game like this.
Right.
So you spent money and I didn't. I still beat it the same. So it's like that's why it's stupid, and people give into it and they'll pay for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know we kind of went on a big thing about Capcom and the characters and on Street Fighter Cross Tekken or whatever a couple episodes ago, but this is a different thing.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about what DLC is okay and what's not, and why it's going to ruin the game industry. And I'll tell you why. Capcom is just starting to fix their shit.
Right.
They just released the trailer for Urien, and he looks pretty much like his Street Fighter 3 version. It looks like he even plays that way. Street Fighter 5, in my opinion, is like a updated version of Street Fighter 3, which I'm okay with, because Street Fighter 3 was one of the greatest iterations of Street Fighter of all time. But the thing is, if I want to play Urien, I can play him without spending a dime.
Right.
If I want to get him right away, then I can spend money. You know, at Games and Go, where we have fighting game casuals here in Minnesota at the Rosedale Center and in the Maplewood Mall at Games and Go, you know, sometimes the owner or the manager, he'll just pay for it. So when we go in there to play, our copies will have all the characters, you know, whatever.
That's cool, yeah.
But like, you know, it's whatever. And do I think that you have to pay for characters? Nah, I think that's pretty stupid. So I think, you know, that's where Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was BS. That's where I think Cross Tekken was BS. And I don't like that, you know, and I don't, you know, in Call of Duty where you can pay money to do this and get these guns and whatever, you know, I don't like that. Right. I think that's stupid. I think if you're going to pay for some kind of DLC, it should be in the form of the Burning Crusade or Wrath of the Lich King or Legion or
a fucking expansion.
Yeah. Or, in Diablo's case, you know, Reaper of Souls or whatever.
So in chat, there, One Tough Nerd and True Ghost, who both brought up something good. One Tough Nerd said a good portion of gamers nowadays are basically in for instant gratification, which is what you pay for, which I totally agree with. Like that, you're absolutely right. It's the mobile gaming mentality, right? Because mobile gaming, that's why everything is free, right? Because they know they can nickel and dime you for at least a week until you're done with the game and you just say, I don't want to play this anymore. But you spent $5, maybe 10, maybe 20, who knows? And that is, I hate it. I think mobile gaming is shit for the most part. I absolutely detest mobile gaming for that reason.
I agree.
But I accept that it's there because those are free games, right? Or they're $3 games. Fine. Hey. And spending $1 for a skill point in Deus Ex is... I'm not saying that is like, oh my god, that's so expensive, because it's not. And you can get these skill points just by playing, or you can buy a couple more. It's the issue that I see here right off the bat is this is the starting point, right? Because now when Final Fantasy 15 comes out, maybe they'll slow experience down a little bit and say, hey, for $2, you can buy this one-time use experience boost, lasts an hour, happens in MMOs, free-to-play MMOs all the time. And so at this point, it's not hard to get skill points. It's easy to buy them, but it's not hard to get them.
Yeah.
But let's fast forward 5 years from now, when they keep cranking the dial up a little bit further, and all of a sudden it's like, well, I can play Final Fantasy 16, let's say 16, and I can spend 4 hours trying to get one level, or I can pay $5 to get the level in 20 minutes. That's where it's going to start to become bullshit when they tailor the game to the microtransactions. This stems back to years ago. Activision was caught on a business call, a conference call, where they were discussing new ideas to microtransaction in Call of Duty. They were talking about adding a feature to quickly buy ammo for your gun in the middle of a fucking match for 99 cents. It's like, so these companies are thinking this stuff. It's not like we can just be like, oh yeah, no, it's totally cool. They're not going to do that, because they will. They absolutely will if we buy it. If we pay for it, they will do it. Okay. And then True Ghost, who said, I think all games should come out with a season pass, either with purchase or for free. Yeah, I guess. Final Fantasy 15 confirmed to have a season pass for $89.99 or $79.99. I just saw it on PlayStation Store yesterday, so... confirmed season pass DLC.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Clash of Clans. We can go back to Candy Crush. What was who makes those? The Candy Crush and all the stupid Farmville and crap.
Pop something.
No,
Games
no. It was It had like the bulldog as their logo. It was
I don't remember.
They almost beat Bethesda for Developer of the Year.
Yeah.
Shit. If anyone in chat knows, let me know, because I know everyone knows it. It's not Mojang. It's
King. Is it King?
I feel like it was.
It says King.
Is it King?
King Digital Entertainment PLC. That's who did Candy Crush. I mean,
who does Farmville?
I don't know, but my dad plays Heyday and Farmville.
Oh,
and
Zynga.
That shit.
Zynga, that's what it was.
Zynga. Yeah.
Dude, like, I don't know, whatever.
My dad will fucking be on his phone, and he'll be like, "Oh, son, I need to feed the horse."
Right.
And he'll be like, "Look, son, look, I put a chicken here. See? Put attention right here. That's why I put the chicken."
Yeah. So
as he's making pho, he's just like this.
So Pope Darkness, I like the way you're thinking, because you are absolutely right. Said how much more development is going into these games. You're absolutely correct. Back in the day, you'd have a team of between 1 and 10 making a game and release it, and it was great. Now you have hundreds of people working for years on a game, and this is the weird, stupid, crazy thing that ends up happening. Is back in the day, game prices haven't changed. In fact, they've gone down, right?
Yeah.
Because you remember that Toys R Us ad, right, where it was like certain games were like $120. From like the 90s. I don't remember that. I don't remember games being that much back then.
I don't remember that either.
Right, but they were.
I don't remember that either.
Right? And so I understand DLC. I understand it. I hate it. I think that if you, and I said this about No Man's Sky, about Hello Games. I said, I had a debate with One Tough Nerd, actually. It basically came down to like, well, if they didn't do the stuff that they did, they wouldn't have been able to afford to make it. And I said, well, then you failed as a company, right? If you can't make the game on your budget that you have, then you just failed, and I don't feel bad for you. So maybe scale back production for some of these games, Maybe just make the fun gameplay part be what you spend your time on, as opposed to cutscenes and CGI and all this crazy development crap that has to go on. Maybe that's the answer to keep games cheap. I don't know. I don't mind buying expansions, though. I really do not mind that at all. I think that's totally okay. I don't know.
I am... no, yeah, definitely. And you got to think about it like that's why we talk about this stuff, right? And,
Sure.
and I know we're not alone, because a lot of my friends on Facebook they think the exact same way you and I do when it comes to this stuff, and I always reference them to, you know, the expectations video on our YouTube channel or the No Man's Sky video on our YouTube channel. You know, when all that stuff was going down a couple weeks ago or last week or whatever. And I just tell them, like, you know, the best thing to do is we got to keep a dialogue going. We got to keep talking about it, because it's not okay. Like, look what happened with Capcom when everybody was pissed about the cross-Tekken thing. They finally came out and were like, okay, we're going to do it how King of Fighters and BlazBlue are doing it. You want to unlock the characters, you can buy them, or you can unlock them in-game with challenges or in-game money.
Right.
Okay, thank you. That's a step in the right direction. That's what we fucking wanted. Like, I'm not going to pay for a character, especially if they're already in the game. Like, you've already pre-programmed them in the game for them to have a life bar, to have a name, to have a space on the character select screen. Like, we know you do. So it's like, you know, whatever. But, and Pope Darkness, you know, he's thinking the same way we're thinking. And then now let's talk about this for a second. You know, let's talk about what you said earlier. You mentioned this earlier, free games with DLC. Now, is this okay? I think when you're playing a mobile game, a lot of mobile games have that feature where the game is free, and you can pay for in-game currency that pays for other stuff.
Right.
Excuse me. Like, for example, in Grand Blue Fantasy or Brave Frontier, or what you call it, Puzzles and Dragons, or Kingdom Hearts Unchained X. Actually, KHUX doesn't have this, but actually it does. Yeah, there's in-game money or gold, and then there's special jewels or that pay for other stuff.
Right. And eventually the gold is completely worthless, but the jewels are what matters.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's where KHUX kind of does it different, which I like, because the gold or the money pays for upgrading your stuff.
Right.
While the jewels just pay for medals or avatar boards by themselves.
And of course, Kingdom Hearts has the luxury of being Kingdom Hearts, right? They know people are going to download that and pay for it anyway, right? They know that they're going to make their money. They don't have to be super intrusive about it, right? Which is good, you know?
Right. And I've spent money on that game twice now, and I'll tell you, both times I have no regrets, because I've literally been playing it every day.
Sure.
And the option is there if I want it. It's like I have a friend who's like trying to quit smoking, and she like puts a cigarette in front of her, and she's like, it's there if I want it, but I'm not going to take it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, and okay. So when you buy jewels in Kingdom Hearts, and you the only thing you can spend them on are unlocking special avatar boards or medals, more medals. It's like a random draw. You get 10 medals. 2 of them are going to be fully powered. The other ones are going to be lower level.
Sure.
Whatever. You know, I had no regrets buying those, because when you buy the 3K package of jewels, where you get 3,000 jewels, it also unlocks, because there are special quests
tiers
that you can only do from day to day.
Sure.
So it's like Monday, Tuesday. Okay, Friday is going to be evolved medals.
Sure.
Monday's going to be red medals. Whatever. If you buy that at the beginning of the week, you have all week to play every mission whenever you want.
Okay.
It also gives you that benefit as well. That's just how the game is. They want you to have as much fun.
Sure.
They're like, okay, if you're going to spend money, then we're also going to give you the luxury of playing anything you want for the rest of the week or the rest of the until the next week happens.
I used to play a mobile game, and I would always do, like, you know, $2 here, $1 here, whatever. To be fair, it was the longest mobile game I've ever played in terms of me playing it. Like, it was like a month or two. It was crazy. And the way they did it was, for every $1 you spent, you filled up a meter, and it filled up pretty quick, but you would get to the next tier. And that tier unlocked rewards for your entire account. Like, it increased experience gain, blah, blah, blah. And it stayed there. Or like every day you'd get X amount of crystals or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I think that was really cool. Like, just like this like
That's
tier
what Kingdom
system.
Hearts does.
Well, right, and so
Yeah.
that's what kind of what I was talking about. Like, that's really cool. I like that because then you're paying for not just something that you're going to use once and then it's gone. You're paying for that, and you're also getting a little bit of a boost flat out all the time. That's the really good way of doing mobile game transactions.
And here's the best part about all that is that I didn't have to do that.
No, right.
At all. I could still do the metal draws if I want to. It would just take me longer to get jewels because they give you jewels every day. Every day you log in, they give you jewels.
Sure.
So, and they even give you, there's even events that are weekends only. They're like, oh, get 500 free jewels if you just do this mission right quick. Oh, sure.
Well, you know, that's a marketing thing.
Going.
Because that way you're like, oh, I have 500 jewels. I'm going to buy this stuff. Oh my God, this stuff is so great. I need to get more jewels. Smart little bastards.
Right, but you know, it works, you know, but you know, obviously if you're a smart player like, you know, you and I, then you know you're not going to be tripping.
Smart player or cheat players? Cheat players, dude.
I mean, but yeah, I think there's the people gotta know, the game devs gotta know what DLC is okay and what DLC isn't okay, and there has to be that conversation because here's the thing: I haven't bought like first of all, I don't like Call of Duty because the community's a bunch of bitch people.
For sure. Damn it, cat.
The second reason I don't play Call of Duty is because I'm not gonna pay for like passes to play online.
Right.
Okay. I'm not, and the third reason is I'm not gonna give those people my money because of that kind of shit. No,
I agree.
I'm not gonna give you my money for that BS. Because like then it gives you, you know, and it sucks because there's still a lot of people out there who still do it, you know, and me not doing it is not gonna have an effect on them. But it's like, no, but we have to keep making a stand here. We have to keep talking about it and keep not giving these people our money, so they know that it's BS, you know.
Right.
And whatever, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You are the kind of gamer you are, and I'm not gonna. You know, as long as you're not hurting anyone, then whatever. But like the problem is that later down the line, if it's going the way it goes, then game devs and those game companies are going to hurt their players. They are going to hurt their consumers. And we don't want that. We want to live in a world where that doesn't happen. And right now, we are kind of living in that okay world, but it's like slowly ascending into this crap. Well, that, like coupled with the BS we talked about last week about releasing games too early and not complete, is a world I don't want to live in.
Well, there's just like this issue that these companies need to figure this out. They need to figure out their financial situation because it always comes down to money. It's always going to be money. I guarantee that these microtransactions and Deus Ex were put in via the publisher, not Square Enix. I promise you it was, because that's a publisher move. That's the dick shit that they do, you know?
Yeah.
But it's always money. It's always money. It's always money every flipping time. That's why crowdsourcing games never worked out. Because they get all this money and you'd be like, holy shit, they got $28 million to make this. But then they have such giant, stupid ambitions that the games, they're like, oh, shit, we ran out of money and the game's like 25% complete. Can you give us more? And then they release a shit, you know, half-baked, half-finished product and no one likes it. And then it crashes and burns, and then everyone loses, right? Oh, it sucks so bad because I love big. I'm gonna always go back to The Witcher. The Witcher was made by a fucking independent studio, by the way. Independent studio. Get that through your head. Independent studio made Witcher. Witcher 3 cinematically is phenomenal. I don't know how they did it on the budget they had. Doesn't matter. They nailed it. They made that game fun. They made it probably game of the year. Probably. Because I don't know if Overwatch is going to count for game of the year because it's just a shooter. It's definitely shooter of the year. But like, they did it. They didn't have to add any stupid bullshit in there. They have expansions. Okay? Legit expansions. I think the newest one just came out. The last one came out. And it's like... and it's like 16 hours long or something crazy like that. 16 hours, that's longer than most AAA games that come out times 2. Like Deus Ex is like 8 hours long. I've seen AAA games that were 4 hours long. Dude, I beat Dirge Cerberus back in the day in one sitting. Like, come on, this is garbage, you know?
I remember that.
It's trash because small, or not necessarily small, but independent studios can make a product that I spent 80 hours playing and then add 16 more hours onto that for the same price. You know what I mean? Like, why can't you other studios do this shit? What's your problem?
I remember my brother was working at GameStop at the time.
Yeah.
And back then, I don't know if they have this policy for employees now, but back then they could check out a game, like a library, check it out.
Sure.
And he brought Dirge of Cerberus home and beat it in, like 5 or 4 hours or something like that. And he was just like, well, good thing I didn't, pay for it, right?
Right.
Like,
I did. I beat it. I scratched the disc and I brought it back. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I just opened it. And the guy checked my receipt. He's like, yeah, it was only a couple hours ago. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Because, like, it's like back then it wasn't like, oh, yeah, no, you totally beat that in 4 hours. It was like, well, it was only 4 hours ago. There's no way you could have beaten this in 4 hours.
Right.
Yeah, scratch the shit out of that game.
Right. Well, we're coming to the end of the show here. Keep the dialogue going. Keep talking. Pope Darkness, the One Tough Nerd, you guys are telling people what it is.
Yeah,
you know what we know.
Oh, and
we know what you know.
And Pope Darkness linked a clip from South Park, which is one of my favorite episodes ever. And it's so incredibly perfect. It sums it up. Watching South Park reminds me that there are actually people in the world who know better. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that makes me so happy because in my head, I just see that everyone else that buys games is stupid and mindless, and they don't.
It's stupid.
Well, you know what I mean? Because it's like if the majority of people didn't do something, then these companies wouldn't do this anymore, right? So if majority of film goers stopped seeing shitty movies, they'd stop making shitty movies. You know what I mean? Majority of gamers would buy good games, not shit games. They'd stop just putting out a new shit version of the same shit game every year. You know? So in my head, everyone's dumb.
So I got a couple final thoughts here. Number one, bro of the week goes to my cousin's son for cosplaying Genos from One Punch Man. That was dope, brother. Number two, I saw Ninja Turtles 2 Out of the Shadows, and I want to talk about. Me and Joel, I think we're going to do an episode on those kinds of movies back in the day and how they made us feel and how they hold up. I want to do an episode like that. And number three, look at my cat.
Yep.
And she just stays on there too, Mita.
I'm not gonna look at that cat. I've seen that cat so many times. I just don't want to look at it. My bro of the week is gonna go to a name that I can't pronounce. It was our 100th subscriber on YouTube, and it is Juan Angel Triulio Jimenez. I don't know. I don't speak your language, so I don't really know. But
Jimenez.
I don't know. Goes to you. You are our 100th. I don't know who our 101st is, though, because I didn't get a notification for that. We just have 101 now. So, yeah.
Bam, 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 wham, bam.
And if anyone's still interested in Sombra, because I'm pretty sure that nothing's going to happen anymore until 100%. But I'm thinking about making a video about the top 5 most ridiculous theories that came out of the whole Game Detectives month-long session that I was in there for. I was in their Discord for a month listening and trying to contribute, but I am absolutely moronic when it comes to like ciphers and crazy code stuff. But I was just there paying attention, trying to be a part of it. And some of the weirdest things came out of that. Like people were going in-game, standing with characters, specific characters around a compass in the middle of one of the stages, trying to emote in the right order to somehow summon Sombra. And at the time, you look at the clues and you're like, oh my god, maybe this will work. But then in retrospect, you're like, that was really dumb. Why would anything happen in a level on a first-person shooter that is only online play? Come on.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Yeah. It reminds me of when you in Mortal Kombat 2,
Yeah.
when you uppercut somebody at the portal stage and the toasty guy comes, and you have to hit select, like,
Right. No, exactly.
and it
But-
transfers you to Goro's lair, and you have to fight Smoke.
But that's
Jade
even.
or whatever.
But that's more reliable because it's not an online only game. You know what I mean? Like, could you
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
people in the middle of a fucking competitive match standing around the compass and trying to summon this character? What do you think's gonna happen? You know what I
doing
mean?
some weird like cult shit. They're just like
Let me tell you what would happen if I saw that. I would know, hey, it's perfect to do a diva dunk right in the middle of them because then they're all gonna fucking die.
Just nerf this.
Exactly what I would do. Exactly.
Wait, ready? Whoopsie.
Get out of here. Quick,
Did you
I
get
gotta hold.
select? Did
No,
you do
dude,
it?
no, I didn't. Man, shit.
You fucked up, fam.
Maybe that's how you get Sombra. You hit select. I don't know, but that's just like one of like my favorite. Well, I guess I won't go too far into it. I will just say that another theory involved a physical compass that is actually sitting outside of Blizzard headquarters. Yeah, dude, there was some super crazy shit. So I was thinking maybe that would be a fun video to make. Just a really quick one. Nothing
Seems
I got to
sketchy.
work a whole lot on. Just a lot of like the more laid back, funny stuff that happened. And the crazy
Right.
trails that people went down to. I also want to make a video about why Alejandra from the Heroes short is not Sombra in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to start throwing up when I hear that theory again. I'm so sick of that theory. So dumb. Stop it. She is not the same character. It's not. Heroes takes place at the same time as Recall does. It just does. Okay? You're stupid. Well, but maybe she's a little girl. Yeah, they're going to have you shoot a little girl in a game. I'm sure that's exactly what Blizzard's going to do, you dumbass. I'm sorry, I'm done. I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
All right. Have a good night. Go to youtube.com, just cards and hand, and check out the Sombra videos that Joel put out. If you have any interest in following the whole crazy thing that Blizzard's doing to tease at this character for Overwatch, watch some videos over there. We put our live shows up on there, pre-recorded live shows on there. If you didn't come to the live show, and go to facebook.com/cardsandhandmen where we post articles and other stuff, updates, things of that nature. Give us a like on Facebook. Share it with your buddies. Share it with your buddies. Share it with your buddies. Everyone's on Facebook. We all know you're on Facebook. And follow us at Cards and Handmen on Twitter.
Dude, your mom's on Facebook.
And tweet us. I know, every time I post the Cards and Handling, she likes it too. She's like, oh. But
it's because I'm on it.
But yeah, fucking tweet at us questions. Any questions you have, send us a message on Facebook, and Joel replies to them real quick. All that kind of stuff.
I'm so pissed. I missed one message from Brian Line once. So when I log in, it says 50% response rate. I'm so pissed that I missed that. It's not 100%, and I'm so mad about that. Anyway. Dude, check out this art. I want to show it to you really quick. It's a triple rare. Look at that Silver Crow with his wings and shit. So tight.
Ugh.
God, it's so good.
Mega lucky.
Oh, and then there's this too. I wanted to show this off real quick too. You know how Silver Gear.
You suck.
Dude, look, it's called Nega Nebula, but it's in English.
Oh, sick.
That's tight. Nega Nebulous. So awesome. By the way, we're watching this movie on Saturday too. So me and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
my girlfriend. Yes, Accel World's only Japanese. Said one time. Okay, I gotta go, or else I'll just sit here and talk.
All right. Peace out. All right. Fuck you.
It's your turn to say something funny at the end, because I do it every week.
No, I do it every week.
Nope.
I did it. I'm pretty sure, like a couple weeks ago when we did this, I did it.
Nope, because
I'm pretty sure I did.
Nope, because I have editing control and I cut it off right before you say your funny thing.